Welcome everyone to a very exciting episode of Powerful Women Today Live. We have today mentor expert Stacey Hall, ready to help you monetize your message. So let's get to it.
Empowering women on a global scale. Welcome to Powerful Women Today with Carolina Billings. Powerful Women Today is on a mission of inclusion, rewriting his story to include her story, and empowering, raising, and amplifying women's voices with professional speaking, publishing, original podcasting, and web TV. And now here's your host, the founder of Powerful Women Today, Carolina Billings.
So welcome, Stacey. You are here to talk about two of my favorite topics. Messaging, which is communication, which I love, and making money at it, of course, and monetizing it.
That's right.
So welcome to Powerful Women Today Live. You're one of our top leaders in this specific niche of monetizing your message, among many other. But this is where I have never seen anyone be so in their natural habitat than in getting that messaging crystal clear. So tell our friends about it.
Well, thank you. That was a very lovely introduction, Carolina. I'm thrilled to be here because it is my mission. And I think just made me realize a story I don't think I've ever told. So I'm going to tell you what my mission is and then what you reminded me of, which has to do with your message. And it is really important to me that in this time of the world, that we recognize that information is the most valuable asset that any of us have, right? Kids, our own wisdom, our own experiences have never been valued as much as they are today. Mm-hmm. And with the fact that AI is coming and people will be able to communicate that much easier, they still have to come up with their own ideas, and they'll be able to communicate that much easier. Now, people are looking for more avenues where they can share that wisdom. But what's different as well is instead of giving it away in order to sell products, they're recognizing that the wisdom itself is valuable and deserves to have a monetary exchange for giving it.
Yeah, and if you think of the other side of the coin, right? We always say nobody likes to be sold to, but everyone's ready to purchase a solution.
Yes.
So think of it that way, right? When you're monetizing your message is, and it's not that you are, predatory, you're being like a predator-like or, overly capitalistic. But the truth is that, you know what? There's tons of people that cannot afford, say for coaches, right? Or any kind of knowledge thought leader. Sometimes people may not be able to afford a fee, say a lawyer, right? Like $300 an hour, $500 an hour, right? But if there's like an FQ&A that they're seeing consistently, people asking the same question, nothing says that they cannot put a webinar about it and charge a nominal fee.
It's absolutely bringing groups
and
of
there is
people.
Passive income, which we're going to talk about, because it's a passive income. And that's one of my new missions for this year in the world, is to activate all the income streams for people. So that is one example. And so when you speak of monetizing your message, right, there are so many ways. So could you give us some ideas, right? Because everybody thinks it's just charging to speak, like, a fee for a stage.
Right.
It goes beyond that. Yeah.
It goes way beyond that. And thank goodness for video, with the rise of platforms like StreamYard and Zoom and so many others, Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, TikTok, all the platforms allow us to now go live and speak if we choose to. And what's happened is that is the preferred way for people to receive information. People are watching, streaming from their devices more than they ever have and will continue to do so because it's also the fastest way for people to know us, like us, and trust us. It's one thing to write something, it's another thing to actually say it. And when people
Mhm.
can feel our energy, immediately either they are repelled, which we hope doesn't happen, or they immediately come in closer and they want to have that relationship. So
Yeah.
any place that we can create our own stage and not have to be dependent on someone else choosing us, that would be the first place. So our own lives, our own webinars, our own group sessions, call them coaching sessions, call them study buddy groups, call them whatever you want, bringing people together at the same time. Wonderful ways to be able to ask for money in exchange for what we are giving out. And some people might say, but lives are free. You may go live for free, but that doesn't mean you can't be offering something
Mhm.
for them to
Well, and
purchase.
that's the genius, right? In
Right.
knowing how much to give, and I don't like for free. I remove that from my vocabulary because I'm an entrepreneur, and I don't do anything for free. So, and I don't mean that in a Machiavellian, mwahaha, right? Like, not at all. It's like everything I do, my time is worth something.
Yes.
So everything I do is an investment. So I could choose to dispense information at no charge and consider it advertising,
Exactly. That's
right? So,
exactly
so you're really not giving away for free. You're giving a sample, a taste.
a
It's just
taste, a
like when you go to
sample.
Costco
Right.
and you are allowed to have a sample, right? And chances are most people that get that sample buy that product. That's exactly what you're doing with your messaging, right? So it's not
Exactly.
always, and I always use, and I don't know why, now that I'm going to say it, I don't know why I always use the metaphor of retail, that you go from grabbing the t-shirt to the register, right? It's not that. Even if you think that, by the time someone's gotten to the t-shirt, they've already had to arrive at the mall, enter your store, like your
Right.
music, like your scent, like your salespeople, before they go to grab, or they may have seen their advertising, right? So it's the same with your messaging. Like, this is a way for people to get a sample.
Well, and so here's the thing, and I've been sharing this recently in a lot of places, so I'm going to bring it here. Entrepreneurs, for the most part, have collapsed sales and marketing. It's like this ball, and
Mhm.
that's why it doesn't work because we cannot sell until we've built relationships. So I want everybody to know that my definition of marketing is building relationship. People
Mhm.
have to know we exist and they have to like getting to know us. And that's where being able to do videos, lives, and I didn't even talk about podcasting or summits where you can buy in order to be able to give people a sample of you and then sell something at the end, as well as being able to do vlogs, video blogs, and get
Mhm.
those sponsored. People will sponsor. Right now I've got
Put an
3
ad.
sponsorship requests from Instagram. People are like, I love your reels. We would love for
Mhm.
you to, we'll give you merchandise. We'll pay you if you will endorse our product. So there's lots and lots of different ways. And of course, here at Powerful Women Today, we've got training on all of that. But I want to go back to first, you have to build the relationship. So Carolina, when you were talking about sampling, that's what I'm doing. You can call it advertising, you can call it building relationship. I
Mhm.
am putting something out there as my marketing program to build relationship with people, which means I'm going to engage with the people who engage with me.
Mhm.
If I have built enough relationships so that people trust me, when I mention something, and I'm going to give you an exact example of yesterday, but when I mention something, without going into a whole lot of detail, I just mention it, they're going to ask me to send them information about it. Now they're asking me what I have on my shelves, whether my
Mhm.
shelf is in here or I have a physical shelf. They're asking me to show them what I've got. I don't
Mhm.
have to ask permission to show it to them.
And that's an opt-in, right? Which is really your
Exactly.
ideal sale.
Exactly.
It's a pull, not a push, right?
Right. It's magnet, not
Mhm.
shove.
Yeah.
And so here's what happened yesterday. I went live for 3 minutes talking about how I was tired, how I was going to still do a training. Not, I wasn't doing my own training. I was going to
Mhm.
learn something and I was already tired. And I happen to have something that allows me to be able to stay more alert and it's drug free. And that's all I said is I'm thank goodness I have them. And I don't know about you, but I'd love to know, what do you do to stay more alert? That was a
Mhm.
question of engagement. If two people from that immediately
Mhm.
said, I want to know what you do. Can you send me a message? Which I did. One is already purchased and the other one says she's purchasing today.
Brilliant.
There you go. I
Brilliant.
would you tell me what you do? Of course I tell you what I do.
Yeah, and you know what? I always say that those are the most beautiful words in the world. Tell me more,
Yes. Yes.
right? You know you are on the right track if you pace yourself and strategically segment it so that you give people the opportunity to want to be there. And I think that's a big difference that we're seeing now. And I always laugh because social media, a lot of entrepreneurs, one big mistake that I find people make is entrepreneurs or solopreneurs or practitioners or thought leaders. It's not just entrepreneurs. Well, thought leaders don't tend to do it as much, but practitioners and entrepreneurs, is that they use social media only to promote their services. So they're commercials.
Yes.
So
Yes.
imagine trying to watch a movie only made of commercials, because
Yes.
social
Disgusting.
media is social and is content driven, right? Content first, valuable content depending on the channel. And that's a big awareness, because if you are, say, on LinkedIn, value is first. The
Absolutely.
value and the quality of the information. Then comes, okay, how do you get it? Right? Who am I and how do you get it? If you are on TikTok, entertainment first, right? So you really need to know your channels and in the
Yes.
content that serves that audience, right? And that's why working with someone like you and being in your Monetize Your Message, right, that just kind of like opens people's eyes, right? I've seen it happen. I've attended your circles, and absolutely that happens. But what would you say is the biggest mistake that most coaches make in other entrepreneurs when they're trying to grow?
Okay. And I want to say, someone listening to that was just one live that I did yesterday.
Mhm.
I've spent weeks just providing content, knowing that eventually I would drop something where I would sell directly. So the biggest mistake is what you just said. It doesn't matter whether they're network marketers or salon owners or life insurance agents or real estate agents or coaches. When I go to someone's page on Facebook, or I go to someone's page on Instagram, or I go to someone's page on LinkedIn, and I'm not seeing thought provoking information, questions, research, studies about what they know, what they're supposed to be experts in. Okay. If I don't see that, and all I
Mhm.
see is having a sale, come on in now, here's my products, I'm going to be hosting this group coaching program with no explanation. That's the other thing I see coaches do. They just put up the event page with no information about who would this be perfect for. Why? Give us some background. Why is this important to you to put out there? How do you want to help people? No, it's just
What
the
gap will it
promotion.
complete? Yeah,
No,
what gap will it complete, right?
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. How will I take you from here to there if that's what you want to do? Those are the mistakes when we're using social media like it's a place to put billboards.
Mhm.
instead of, I am an expert in this. I'm going to share some of my expertise with you here a little bit. And if you want more, let me know, because I have ways for you to get more.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. For sure, sure. And you know what? So there's two other mistakes that I see practitioners and entrepreneurs make. One is go at it alone. You
Oh,
know,
yes, they're
in my
scared.
gravestone, they will write leverage the aggregate.
Yes.
Work not with networking groups. And here is the big difference, right? And I know because we've designed, and this is not a commercial, I'm just sharing with you.
Yes.
We've designed Powerful Women Today to be the antithesis of what's wrong with most networking and even lead generation groups, right? Instead of like always trying to sell to each other, right? Like, listen, we band together, we leverage our aggregate networks, and we go sell to the 8 billion people out there, right? And it's the
Yes.
power in numbers. And so we're really excited about it, actually, and
Yes.
because it works. It's scientifically proven from a business, marketing, and engagement perspective. And the other mistake that I see entrepreneurs make a lot is that passive income is that they spend the energy and the money and the investment into creating these courses that will bring them passive income, but they do not actively promote them, sell them, or engage the
Oh,
audience with it.
actually, that's what I'm
It's
saying. That exactly
right.
that.
That's
And
why
I
I
do
call it
agree with you.
passive income. It's like it's really more residual income. I like to think of it that way. That is the benefit of the marketing. And by the way, Stacey and I, we're passionate about sales and marketing, but everybody calls it sales and marketing, where we realize
Marketing and sales.
is marketing, is branding,
Yeah,
marketing, and sales
exactly.
and
That is the
residual income.
process.
It actually works that way, right?
Yes.
And we're passionate about those passive income and residual income because you should have more than one income stream. Even if you're working full time for corporate or full time for someone else, you should activate as many income streams as possible. You know, it always blows my mind anytime. So I'm a big YouTuber and Pinterest, which are search engines. And it always blows my mind whenever I have a question like, how do you get your floors shiny? Right? You go onto YouTube and there'll be a quick video from a company that maybe sells the product, right? But it will be a company that says, oh, this is how you get your floors shiny. And it's a quickie, like 2 minute, and it would have something like 15 million views,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because they're solving a problem. So another so which leads us onto our next point is like, what or how is the best way to engage, to get that opt-in, right? That yes, tell me more.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to repeat myself a bit and be more specific. When we're an expert in something, because you just described exactly what people are looking for. In fact, yesterday, a dear friend of mine just started on TikTok. Like I'm still debating whether I'm going to go there or not. But she literally did less than a minute video of 3 things you need to know in order to make sales. And it was like the quickest tips ever. I said, and she watched it. I said, "Where's the rest of it?" She said, "That's it." I said, "That's what you put out?" She said, "Yes." I said, "And your audience is growing from that?" She says, "I keep getting told people are watching because people want to know how to do things.
Mhm.
They don't want to know where to buy things until they know how to use it. So this is the problem. Stop telling people how to buy something. Tell them why they would want to use something, and then they'll ask, where do I go buy it?
And
So
why they would want to
that's,
do it with you? Why they would want to choose
yes,
you
there's
as
that
their
too.
partner in solving their problem,
But
right?
it kind of isn't. I'm going to say, if you're constantly being the expert, we don't even have to explain why it would be better, because sometimes doing that, Carolina, almost sounds like a sales pitch. I'm just saying that if you say, well, if you come with me, you also get we don't want to do that. We want to show people that just by being with us, they're going to get valuable, objective, researched information that we've took the time to gather because we're passionate about this topic. And that's why I'm saying that you don't have to tell somebody you're honest. Just show up and be honest, right? And then the extra bonuses mean something to people.
So you're running an empowerment circle within Powerful Women Today, which
Yes.
that's another show that we specialize in, and you're going to want to run an empowerment circle, trust me. You have one coming up, because this is not something you solve. These are strategies. So it's ongoing immersion into the goal, right?
Yes.
So you have a monthly empowerment circle that addresses all of these. And when is your next circle? What information? How can anyone find out about it?
Okay. Well, the fourth Monday of every month at 2 p.m. Eastern time, through the powerfulwomentoday.com website or on Eventbrite, or you can find it on LinkedIn as well. But the easiest is either go to powerfulwomentoday.com or go to Eventbrite and look for the Powerful Women Today events coming up. So it's called Monetizing Your Message. Once a month, I gather folks who want to learn how to get on certain platforms in order to share their message and make money. So this month, we're in March, the fourth Monday of March at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to talk about summits. They are all the rage right now. These are these events with multiple speakers, usually talking on a similar theme, and talk about leveraging the aggregate.
Yeah, that's one way.
Supposed to be the way to do it. You bring together folks with large audiences and you get exposure across their audience and they get exposure across yours.
Yeah.
And we have one coming up in April here at Powerful Women Today. So we'll be talking about that, but also other kinds of summits you can get onto in order to be able to sell whatever it is you want to sell.
Brilliant. Thank you. And we'll put all the links in, step number one is connecting with Stacey or with myself. But with Stacey, when it comes to monetizing your message, she is, she's ahead of us because she's been doing it longer, right? It's not a guru thing. It's like you've gone through a trial and errors. And by affiliating, by partnering with you, that means that, our learning curve is that much shorter because you're guiding us away from bumpy things that, why go through them if you can avoid them, right? So thank you, everyone. This has been absolutely wonderful. Multiple income streams. That you want to talk about resilience, that's the way to go. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
Empowering women on a global scale. This has been Powerful Women Today with Carolina Billings. To learn more about how you can join and transform your life and the lives of women everywhere with professional speaking, publishing, podcasting, and web TV, visit powerfulwomentoday.com. Remember to subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you like to listen and watch your podcasts.